Ja. Ok. Hvorfor kan ikke jeg høre meg selv? Why can't I hear myself? That's special. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just doing some testing here. Just doing some testing here. Just doing some testing. So, can somebody tell me if there is sound? That would be nice. And maybe this stuff actually work. I can't really hear myself, so for some reason that is fine. Hello, hello. I have my new camera. It's a little bit dark, sadly. I don't know why, but it is kind of better than the thing that had way too much light. Also going to turn off the yellow light here because it's not so pretty. Maybe it's my screen actually. I'm going to test it. Maybe it's my screen that is not so bright. That can also be the reason. So brightness, okay. Yeah, well, yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit yellow. I can see, but that will do. Is there good sound? Could somebody tell me? Is the sound good? Please tell me. So if this works out now, I'm just going to do some all-around painting on this painting. And yeah. Sound is good. Thank you. Okay, great. Then it actually works. Yeah. But it's very yellow. Maybe I should... Maybe it isn't light. It's too much yellow in here. Maybe that's the problem. But hey, it's kind of better. I wish I could actually do something with the colors. But I don't think I can when I have started. Why isn't there a program that I could actually do that? Anyway, I'm going to paint a little bit on this. Hope to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I'm just going to put on some cheating over here. I call it my cheating because I kind of... Yeah, I'm not going to say that out loud. See if I can get some more views. Yeah. So, and okay, directly, and here. So, yeah, okay. As usual, you are free to ask me questions and join a conversation. If somebody have some questions to ask me, it would be great. I can't like my own video. That's fine. do something with that. So I just need to give it a thumbs up over here. And yeah, I finally got this got it to work, I think. Clearly I have a little bit too much yellow in my studio. See if I can see here. If I can go here, there, okay, there, okay. Yeah, that should do it. Or should it? Yeah, just join the stream and feel free to ask questions about painting and stuff. That's what I'm here for. That is why I'm streaming. So do that, please. Please, please, please. So, yep. Okay. So, always something I have to fix. I haven't figured out how I do different things. So, there. Okay. Yeah. It's already a thumbs up. Okay. So, yeah. Now, there was a lot of screaming and a lot of noise. I tried to fix it, but I couldn't. So, yeah, I have no idea why I was screaming so much, and then it wouldn't link up. And I don't know, maybe I should have a cord to the computer, if there is even a cord into this. No, there's no cord into the new one, so you just have to do it with your yeah. If somebody pops in, feel free to ask questions, and yeah, join the conversation. I'm actually doing this new small painting to an exhibition that I'm having in my home Iceland, Kame, and it's from the Åkrasand beach. If you go to my YouTube channel, there's already a big painting of this, but I thought I was going to make some small version of it. I always need. Also, it's kind of easy to sell these ones, and kind of paintings that are quite popular. So yeah. And I'm just gonna work. I worked up the sketch. I have a full. Gonna add it out a full video of the whole painting process when I'm done. The whole sketch. I filmed the whole sketching process and talked about mainly painting. So it's always difficult to keep my focus on painting when I'm painting, because I have a tendency to become quite high when I do, and then I start rambling about existence and everything as usual. If you're new here, please give it a thumbs up. If you see this in hindsight, give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and yeah. Let me see now. I have two. I have one, as you see there. It's a different format, so I have to be a little bit careful where I stop. But just get in these things here. in this stream, I will only work with the surroundings and kind of add in more of the sketch. Maybe I should actually go. Oh no, stay down. It's always difficult to start on a. This sketch has dried a little bit, so some of the paint are quite dry, and it's hard to see what's actually there. But just have to start somewhere and start adding and subtracting, as I always do. I use a lot of ultramarine and Prussian blue, and Prussian blue is that sea blue? And maybe I should go a little bit closer so you can actually see more what I'm doing. Maybe that's more interesting than looking at me. Yeah, that's cool with this camera. I can just zoom in. Actually, I could do that with my phone also, but it's kind of do like this maybe, or something like that. A little bit. Nah, just go closer, like this. Yeah, then I can also go even closer. If somebody want to see some close-up, just tell me in description. So no, in comments. So Amalia, is my sound still good, or am I talking to myself? Yeah, okay. So here. Hello, number 9. Tell me who you are. The thing is that most of my people who watch my videos are not really from Norway. They're from other countries. Oh, okay, that's great. It actually works. Now I just need to get started with that OCD thing, which they're talking about, so I can actually also adjust the picture. Yeah. That's nice. That's a good question. Who else is here? I guess if I found out how to plan my streams in advance, people could get a heads up when the stream actually was supposed to start. But there's so many things to actually get to know that, I get so pissed off when I can't get things to work that everyone tell a fun fact about themselves. Yeah, it's kind of strange. There are 10 people in here, but nobody's commenting. They just kind of, couldn't just say hi. It's just so weird. But, it's okay. I earn money on it anyway. Let me see now. So, what are you doing, Amalia? Are you watching TV or? I mean, I know you're watching me, of course, but did you see a movie or were you just sitting in your sofa and paralyzed tonight? We had a little MDMA thing on Friday, so we all felt a little bit abused today. So, but I'm feeling fine now. Way better than if I had drinking and been drinking alcohol. That is really horrible. And that lasts for days, the hungover thing. So now I'm just gonna. I did this. I think it was Thursday last time. And people ask me how long does the paint to dry, and I painted this whole thing on. Okay, I used 2 days to do it because and it was dry today. Even the thick colors is a little bit not dry there, but I thought it would be actually less dry than it is today. So that's how it is. That's how it is. I feel paralyzed. Might go to sleep soon. Yeah, that's okay. You don't have to watch me. You do that all the time. You hear me talk about these things, and yeah, man. Hello, Mr. 11. Give it a thumbs up. Please ask questions if you wonder about something about painting or anything else. It's a shame to say ask me anything when nobody's asking anything, so it's quite embarrassing. So, but yeah. In America now, it's like evening. In Norway, it's nighttime, so I guess there's not many Norwegians in here, except from Amalia. Yeah, I feel actually funny. I feel great now. I feel just totally awake, and just I'm gonna go with this painting for a few hours. I'm gonna first do some of the sketch thing, then I'm gonna go back here and do some detail work, I think, and yeah. So details. Okay. Now I just crisscross and crisscross and crisscross here to. I could have added a little bit more contrasts, or maybe a little less yellow. But that's how it is, This studio is not ideal because I don't get that distance to the from the roof to the canvas. So anyway, yeah, I just need to. Also, it's important to follow the water direction. I think the water direction is kind of flat like this, but I also like to give in with this small things here, and yeah, just clean it up. There's a lot of stuff happening around here. There's some waves, but the thing is to get this dress to just pop out, and yeah, So, yip. You see now. Okay. See here. It's quite difficult, this thing. Now, this photo is a little bit, it doesn't really show the whole thing. So maybe it kind of goes around there and then it's, yeah. See now. So, the speech thing. I also need to put in some reddish there. It's basically the alizarin and the blue that I'm working with. Tone it down a little bit deeper. So, yeah. See how it's like this. 1 here, 2. So there, and yeah, it's kind of 1, 2. This is of course 1, 2. Okay, it's almost 1, 2. Okay, 1. Okay, it's almost. Oh, that was quite shocking. That can't be right. See now. 1 and 2. Yes. Say 1 and 2, and of course, yeah. Okay, great. I thought I had done totally wrong now. So. Let me see now. Okay. I'm just going to do some of on the figure, on the arm there, just to show you how I shape the arm. There's a lot of orange and red in this, so it's quite limited really in the spectre. So that's fine. See now, just work here. And what I do is I try to follow the directions, kind of add like this. I don't do much like, maybe I do like, then I go a little bit this direction and maybe I turn that around and I do this direction. And then I go back and do this direction again. That's how I build, in almost like a sculpture. So yeah, I'm going to zoom out a little bit maybe, or am I going to zoom in? Anyone want to see more close-up? Maybe I should do a little bit more close-up also. Just go all the way in like this. I'm going to do something with the arm. I don't know if there's so much battery left, so if it stops, we just have to So I'm sorry. Anyway, like this. Directions is always very important, and adding thicker colors in thing to create this sculptural reality is a thing I like to do. So yeah. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See now. We'll do a little bit, add some blue and alsarin, some cobalt, no, not cobalt. Well, I need to go deeper here first, or maybe after I use the ultramarine, of course. Yeah, that's wrong. You see, I try to mix a lot on the canvas. That's the way I usually do it. And here, yep. And just when it goes into the shadows here, I just add very thin colors to create the difference between a thick and the shadow. There has to be a sculptural dimension to it for it to feel right. Now I don't really see that well. But yeah, that's better. And I have to go very dark behind here. A little bit in the back also to get that right. I think behind here. It's not really, I use the background to kind of get the foreground out and then go back in and work the other direction here. So I even it out and then I go on top of that again with a different hue. Like this. Okay. Yep. Okay. If somebody has a question for me, it would be great. If not, maybe it's Sunday evening, people are tired, they're doing other things, and yeah. So I just do an hour today of some I just want to get some more content out there for the algorithm. And that's fine. Let's see. Let me see now. Get this one right. I love contrast. Contrast is my thing. I just really enjoy that. It's actually more difficult to see on the stream, but I think it's hard to get the colors right. It's very hard to even film my videos because it's so difficult to get the colors right. And I should do a better job learning these things. Yeah. You see now that arm is kind of starting to come. Hello, people. Yeah, 6 thumbs up. That's nice. I need more. So number 10, please give it a thumbs up if you can. Oh. People seem to jump in and out, like, and yeah. I guess it is for very special, interested people to follow this. Also going to do something with that hand down there. That is why I zoomed in, because it's such a small painting. And do it like this. I did keep on doing these directions. I just love doing that. I don't know how I figured that out. When I was younger and I started out doing this, I really wasn't able to understand anything about directions. I just found out the hard way. I just kept painting and realized stuff on the, as it went. So yeah. Okay. And here I add in thick colors to make the white pop out. I think that is very important. Indeed. So there. And so I'm just going to zoom out again. If somebody wants to see me paint closer, they can just tell me if you can actually see what I'm painting. I'm painting this. So, and it's basically all about directions and hues. I really like the shadow that comes down here. Now this was the first sketch, been working with it for a while now, so also going to do the sky, but not in the stream probably. So what I do with my palette is just I take color, I mix, and I work with it on the canvas. Then I just dip it and I just dry it a couple of times. Then I do work, and the medium gets into my colors as I paint and as I go along. So I think that is also why my paintings actually dry pretty fast. It's funny, I've been doing this for now over 30 years, and it's terp and linseed oil, or called linseed oil vernis or something like that, with some cicative in it because it makes it dry faster. But I don't think I have any brain damage from it. I don't feel it anyway. Maybe that's to come, getting painting induced Alzheimer's or some crazy thing. This face is kind of, it has to be a little bit more like this. So I have to build it out here. But that's the fun thing. You go into these details, it becomes really, it's quite a job. And I do love making huge paintings, but also this thing, just doing small things, is quite liberating. So yeah, I should do something with the sky on this side, just so you can see how I work with that. And it's quite greenish, so I use a lot of Prussian blue. I think the Prussian blue is priceless. So you see, just clean it up and I just crisscross. Me and my girlfriend were watching Bob Ross yesterday, and it's really crap. And I have a video on my YouTube where I talk about how horrible these paintings are. I'm kind of impressed also with his easy way to create different shape, because all the shapes in nature kind of repeats themselves. So if you have this technique to just move around your brush, and like he did that with trees and stuff, you learn this technique, and you can, what he's doing is actually tapping into people's the symbolism, because in our brains we have symbols for trees, we have symbols for faces, for sky, for sea. We have symbols for everything, and it's so easy to get people to believe that this is good, because they don't know much about art, and they can't paint, so they get impressed by the things they can't do. But as you grow as a painter, you will start much more seeing what is good painting or bad painting, because you can actually see the time that is put into it. But I have to say that the way he kind of crisscross, and he keeps it, his recipe, he paints these basically landscapes like this in 20 minutes or half an hour. And in a strange way, it's a little bit impressive. And he also not using any reference, only his brain. So yeah, we're gonna add in some greenish here to create this, because there's a lot of down here is a lot of reddish, like alzarine and ultramarine. So then the green is basically a complementary color to the, also alzarine and Prussian blue. To me, they seems like complementary colors, and they are very nice to work with beside each other. and you can enhance the Prussian blue to more green. You can push down the green to more, no, the yellow to more, well, blah blah blah. So you can bring it up with putting alizarin into the Prussian blue. You can bring it more up to the reddish tones, and you can bring it down with green, yellow to more green, and up and down like that. So for me, it's very important. The alizarin color is more important to me than even cadmium red. And so, yeah. Anyway, say like Bob Ross now gonna be what is he saying? I can't remember now. Bold. Yeah, he used the word bold. It's gonna you. I'm gonna be bold now and put in some yellow. It's quite funny guy. But it is kind of sad, I think, with there's also a lot of abstract kitsch out there. People who have thought themselves a very recipe that kind of looks like it's exciting, but it's just superficial tricks. And I think painting to become good actually needs a dimension of time and overpaint, and yeah. So can you hear the brush when I'm painting? Could somebody tell me in comment? Can you hear the brush? Does it has this ASMR effect? Should I dampen down my tone even more? Yeah. Yeah. Now, if there are new people there, please give it a thumbs up. It's so important for the algorithm. I kind of failed starting up today, so I didn't put any tags or any information into the stream. So if you could just give it a thumbs up or something would be really helpful. So, see now. So also go down. There's some cobalt up there. There's actually some cobalt in this. So it's funny really, because cobalt is not the blue I use the most. It's basically the Prussian blue and ultramarine. Also the French ultramarine I like very much. But some places you actually find cobalt. And yeah, like up here. And it's not that I need so many layers to create a sky. It's like maybe 4-5 layers of paint, or 4 layers, and then some kind of just adding in some extra nuance. If there were more clouds in this and stuff, of course it would be different. Also, you can go like, if you want more depth, you can maybe go this way down here, and then we'll have some difference in the brushwork, and that would actually give you some difference in thickness, and direction will also, yeah. There's some clouds here. I need some more white actually. My white is very dirtied up. So just these are more reddish and I need to get more red. I use some cadmium maybe, see what happens. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. You just touch it. Also, how much you pressure on the pencil also has a lot to say how it turns out. So if you like to have thicker layers, you can. If you want a thicker layer, so I want a thicker layer down here, and I have a lot of paint in it, I can just hold it very light and then just add it on top like this, and it stays on top of the other brushwork without actually being mixed in and kind of ruining things. So it's a good way to do it. Yo home skillet. Hello. Another person online. Okay, hello. Yo home skillet. What do you have to say? What does home skillet mean? Home skillet. Home skilled, homeschooled. Where are you from? Oh. Yeah, the realist painters are very outnumbered. There are some really good ones actually, but it's like when the relativism came into art, it just turned into idea was more important than skill, and it's almost like the poetry died, the poetry of skill, which is a poetry in itself. So yeah, it's sad actually. Oh yeah, Chicago. Yeah. I think you told me before. Yeah, you told me last time. What you could do to do me a favor if you can. No more battery. Shit. No more battery. Yeah, that's great. Shit. Oh, we're back. Sorry about that. It was the battery. The battery died. Hello. Ever. Hello, Jenny. Janov. Hello. Pointism ever incorporated into your style of painting? Keen to ask. Pointillism. Maybe I should get my glasses. Just wait a second. Actually, my eyesight is quite clear today. Thank you. Thumbs up. Please go to my channel and give some of my new videos a thumbs up and a comment too. It's very important. Hello, it's pointillism ever incorporated into your style of painting? Yes, in a way, I would say so. It is kind of part of the impressionist painting. So I don't know pointism, but I do not kind of point. Would be fun actually. Try to do that, but that's a technique in itself, and you have to be kind of learn that skill. So, but I would say that when I do paint, I do see the. No, this was horribly dirty. Uh, I do see when I do like the sky here, like I just did. I kind of do like this, and I crisscross, and I work with the paint. If I'm gonna enhance a cloud or something, I will of course do some pointism like this, but uh, a total pointism painting will you be more like point. Everything is just points. So it's kind of all of the things, if you're gonna have a classical paintings, you will have places with pointism and other places with like you see the paintings of Van Gogh, where he has put in these some paintings with long brush strokes in directions. It's so beautiful when you see it in reality. But and he also did pointism, but this is more like I'm trying to kind of shape it and create a um, more classical style. I don't know if mine is my. Why are your paintings a disaster? What do you do? What do you paint? Uh, I don't know if this answered your question. I haven't thought about it. Pointism. I find it fascinating because it's a more direct observation. You kind of I do that too when I sketch. I kind of just pick up information and I add it, but I do it in a certain way like this. So yeah, it's very fascinating. I like it very much. I love impressionism, so it's really good. So what is a disaster with your paintings? Oh, okay. Hmm. So yeah, if you look at classical paintings, there is some kind of recipe for how it's painted, and it's usually the same thing. The only difference is maybe how painted they are. uh, I do also like Philip Weber artist, which I probably told a gazillion times, because his photorealism is taken to a incredible level. I wouldn't even dream about managing to be that focused. But yeah, then you have to start in a totally different way than I do, because I just add a lot of color and I just build my painting as go along, and I just add more and subtract and add. If you're gonna do that kind of photorealism, you have to plan everything, because you can't really. It's like a watercolor painting. You do too many mistakes, you can't really fix it again, and you just have to throw it out. So, and this is oil paint. He's using oil paint, so you can do a lot of over paints and stuff. But if you're going to do real photorealism, you have to be extremely rigid with your sketching process and get everything correct. I just do sketches, so after I did the sketch, the face should be a little bit more like this. So I will fix that, and then I will move things around. And so I'm more like a painter. Yeah. See, and I want to do something with the ground behind there. If you want me to zoom in more, you can just tell me. So, yeah, I will do that, of course, so you can see the painting instead of just me. You see now. I also love the Van Dyke brown. Is just so important. Uh, okay. I do think, let me see now. This have to be a little bit, let me see. 1, 2, and 3-ish. It's a little bit ish, but 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like it's difficult to count actually. It's 1, 2. Yeah, it's not that bad. Okay. So okay. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. I'm still up. It's kind of, I think, what is it in Norway now? It is, I think it is like, what is it? Really? Oh, what happened? Oh, there. Well, it's 10 to 2 in the morning here. As usual, I do my evening work. So I like these. Remember to smash the thumbs up, Erin. Also, Erin, could you go in and kind of just give a thumbs up on my new videos I post, and maybe leave a comment, because it's not that many people who do it. So yeah. Actually, I do think some of my stuff is because I have some nudity on my YouTube. So I think I start to wonder if my channel is kind of suppressed or something. I also did some ads now. I got a lot of new followers, and it's real followers because I did but it didn't actually manifest into that much more views. Maybe a little bit more. I can see the income is a little bit more, but you know. mm. So yeah. Thank you. You don't have to do that every time you pop by. It's like I start to feel bad. Yeah, but thank you. It's really nice. Mm. So maybe someday my live streams takes off and coffee. Yeah, thank you. Maybe my live streams takes off and I can get more chats in and people ask more questions and stuff. It would be nice. But it's also a nice way to add more content to my channel. So this is actually my new camera. What do you think about the sound and the picture? Is the picture better? It's a little bit yellow, but it's probably because I have too much yellow light in my uh, uh, fluorescent light. I'm gonna do some changes in the whole setup so I get more spread out the lighting. So maybe that will make it a little bit better. Also remove the most yellowish fluorescent lights and only use white so I get more it's a bit yellow, yeah. The sound is way better. It's a little bit yellow, yeah, I saw that. It's probably because I have some yellow lights there. There's too much yellow. I have to get some white, not necessarily daylight, but at least not yellow. And also the camera, it doesn't look like that to me when I'm here. So the camera tend to pick up different cameras, picks up different lights, so or different colors. Just getting some thing that happens. I really had startup problems today. I tried 3 times before I actually hooked up to the. So annoying. I never seem to be able to get it right. It's something called OBS I should use to stream. It's supposed to be way better. So. Yeah. See now. So just tone this down a bit. And like this. Now it's kind of dirtied it up a little bit. The lighting here too makes it a little bit hard to see. Sometimes I have to do like this to actually see what I'm doing. So it's quite annoying. So E O E yeah. Maybe I should go back to that arm a little bit. I can zoom in if somebody wants to see a more close-up of this. So just as you know. See now, like this. tone it more down with Al-Sarin. And yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Let me see now. Somebody has a question for me, just please ask and I will answer you the best that I can. Must be very heavy for the leftists that actually Donald Trump managed to stop that war in Gaza, if it turns out to be stopped. And now I see on Instagram that these people I follow who was just going crazy over it are kind of, they can't really, they don't like it. They don't want it to be peace because they want their narcissistic supply. They want there to be war so they can scream and talk about the bad Jews. And the fact that it's Donald Trump must really be hurting their feelings. It's quite funny, really, how biased people are. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It could cure cancer. It's crazy. The left is just crazy. They are fascist. I mean, the reaction after the Charlie Kirk assassination, you see these people gleefully celebrating, and they don't understand that next time somebody comes for them because of their opinions. And that is the nature of ideology. Also religion, that there will always be a reason to kill. That is why pure humanism and science is the way to go, because it doesn't leave you open to become crazy. It leaves you just open to love life and cherish life. So it's sad. I mean, I don't like how Donald Trump is acting around Putin and calling him a friend and all these things, but it's hard to understand Trump's strategy. Is like it kind of seems like he has absolutely no strategy, but then he fixes this thing, so there must be something to him, You can't just dismiss him totally. It's weird. It's just weird. It's hard to. I go back and forth because I used to be a supporter, and then I got really pissed off because the Ukraine thing, and now I'm kind of, well, and then it's kind of weird when he said, he didn't get this peace prize, and I mean, Obama got a Peace Prize just for being black, so that is really ridiculous. Actually, when they were going to give him the Peace Prize, actually reckon that he would actually turn them down, but he didn't, and that's really surprised me. What did he actually get the Peace Prize for? Being black, and that is it's kind of racism actually in a weird sense. So we shouldn't care if our presidents or people are black or white or whatever or yellow. One thing is for sure, uh, the legacy of Donald Trump will be like the most known people who ever lived. Here's a phenomenon. Anyway, this should be about painting, not politics. Just thought I was going to say it, you know. Yeah, I haven't got any more paint left, so yeah. Yeah, just gonna get some more paint here, but a lot of empty cans. Let's see there. Okay. Yalla, yalla, yalla. Let me see. I was actually doing that sky. I have some more medium also. Okay. Maybe I should do some on the dress or something. Or I really need some food soon. I can feel that I'm really getting quite exhausted actually. So you see here, maybe go up a bit. So okay, the beach comes in here to follow this. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should do something on the dress and cloth. So now going directions here. And mm-hmm. And down like this. And that down that. Lenny. And a blueberry color. What does that mean? Blueberry color. Kuuler. Blueberry. Kuuler. Could you elaborate, please? You remember, I'm Norwegian, so if there is slang and stuff like that from different places, it's quite hard for me to understand that because I'm self-taught in English. I didn't really learn much in school because I had ADHD and I had other things to do. But so there are things I just can't understand, like slang and maybe words I haven't heard before and stuff like that. It's quite difficult. So I do notice that my English, when I listen to my first videos, that my English has become better. So that's a good thing. Good thing. Now I'm going to close down in a few minutes. So if blue-green looks a lot more fluid. On my canvas? You think here, you mean? Or blue? Are you mean Prussian blue? I use old Holland paint, so it's not really fluid at all. It's more, if you want it to be more fluid, you have to add some oil to it, something. I'm not really sure, still not sure what you really mean. When I do a sky, it might be more fluid also than if I do here, because I put in thicker colors to create that sculptural reality. If you want the sky, you have to kind of keep it more down. So yeah, it's the same beach. Yes, yes. It's called Åkrasand on Karmøy. Same beach. It's just a different angle, but the same beach. Yeah, it's very famous there, so you can sell it to anyone. You know. I think it's. I think the water. Oh, there's more blue green. That there is more blue green in the looks more blue green in the water. Yeah, I'm actually. If you look at, yeah, you think here, yeah, because it reflects the sky. So yes, there are more blue green here. Now this photo is a little lighter than this photo, so it's two different photos. But yes, you are right. You always have to have a reflection, and the blue green will probably be around here somewhere, reflected from the sky. So, but over here it actually becomes more. There's Prussian blue and some redness to it. The Prussian blue is because up here it's more reddish and in the Alzarine type or violet colors. So also this strip here is quite violet more reddish, so there has to be green around it. But you have kind of, this works down and becomes more and more green as it comes over here, if that was what you were thinking. So I can actually test it and just add in some green and Prussian blue, and you can actually see what happens. And I think it's about here. This is the second layer, so I'm just working with these things, and that is things I will of course add in as I go along. As you can see now, maybe something happening. It's very important, because if not, it's not going to look real. You have to get in a lot of different shades of colors and green, and there's a logic to it also. You know, if there is a very reddish blue somewhere, there will be some greenish somewhere as a complementary to it. So yes, that's correct. Now, usually I do with primary colors. I might mix two primaries with maybe, no, it is usually actually two colors, maybe three. Uh, the colors on the color circle, you find the shadow colors, and the shadow colors are two primary colors plus one broken one. So if you have, if you add, if you have a green and you mix in a little bit of red, you will get the shadow color to red. And if you have a red and you mix in a little bit of green, you will get the shadow color to green, if you know what I mean. So the shadow colors is two primary colors plus one. So and that is how the shadows are made in nature. So there's a primary color circle, and you have a tertiaire, as I learned it, third or second, third color circle, which is a mix of these that creates the shadows. Now I also use some black. You can get, if you have ivory black, you can get, if you mix it with citron yellow, the most yellow, you will get a quite nice subdued green. Also, if you mix it with yeah. So yeah. But I prefer to mix them with primary colors, because I think um, the greens made of with black are more for the earthy parts of a landscape or painting. It's not really for paintings that aren't looking that dirty. You can do it kind of over here. Here you can use some, or maybe some black into the yellows and get a more subdued green. But if you want to have a reflection from a sky, you have to stay with the primary colors. I think, anyway, it's my opinion. Yes. So yeah. And you were totally right about this one. There has to be some more greenish here. That is when it comes alive. And as I go to the next level, I just get this, like here in front here, it's very, very ultramarine and alzarine, very dark, and it moves here and becomes greener because, of course, the Alsarin and ultramarine is quite violet and dark. So you can just see when I add this in here how that turns out. Just go even deeper. Now, to get this really deep, I can add in some blue black. And the blue black, the only one of the few colors I use from Winsor Newton now is actually the blue black. But I also found out that blue black you can get from mixing ivory black and ultramarine. So yeah, and of course if you can mix in other blues or other colors with black to get, if you mix primary red or cadmium red with ivory black, you do get a quite subdued reddish color or brown color. So you can use black to make more broken colors. And I think many of the classics did that because my paintings tend to kind of jump out at you because I use so much color. And some people like that very much. Some people think it's too much. And I kind of think sometimes it's also too much, but I can't keep myself from doing it. It's almost like I see a color, I just have to put it in there. And holding things down for me is very difficult. I just go with my intuition and kind of hope for the best, I guess. People tell me that people have buy my paintings and say they never get bored of them because they feel they are kind of alive and things are happening in them. They can't not see them. There's a lot of paintings out there that, especially modern art, which is like just surfaces with color, and they hang on walls, but nobody sees them. Nobody stops and looks at them because nothing is happening in them. They don't reach out. And also a lot of classical paintings that are the paintings that reaches out is the paintings of the people who kind of the great masters who really loved paint and focused more on the paint than on the motive. And that is where you then find mostly the artists. And I think you should always look to the brushwork to find the artist, not the motif. The motif is for artists who really love painting. The motif is just an excuse to paint paintings. So yeah, maybe I should do a stream where I paint a self-portrait. That could actually be quite interesting. That would be a little bit different. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Not today, of course, but I buy the frame and I buy. I can show you actually. Just a second. I buy this kind of canvas. It is gesso on it one time. I might think I don't know if there's any rabbit skin glue on it first. There might be, I'm not sure. Then I just put on 2 more layers with gesso. First I remove the I don't like to have the linen structure when I paint because it can be very disturbing. And I like to even that out. And then I add 1 more layer with gesso, and sometimes I even build some textures. If I know where texture is going to be, I'd start painting a little bit in the gesso to make some paintedness, and that way you save some color. And I stretch it on Of course, I stretch it first, but then I stretch it on things like this. It costs a little bit money, but that is what I usually do. Sometimes I buy small ones, finished stretched, but I also usually put on a couple of layers with gesso on them. Vellum. Vellum. Lenny. I don't know what venom. Vellum mean. Vellum? Vellum. No idea. Sorry. Anyway. So that is how I do it. Yeah. See now. Okay. Just trying to add in some more here. Also, it's very important if you're going to do many layers. Try to crisscross a little bit to create some life in the surface. You have to kind of just go a little back and forth. I'm not going to paint in every single wave here because that is just too exhausting. Ah, it's a type of paper. Okay. I didn't know that. Do you paint on that? With oil? Sounds more like water paint or something. Basically only paint with oil paint. So I've been doing some with water based, but it's okay. But it's not. I feel it doesn't give the same things. Same. So yeah, some greenish over here too. And yeah. Ooh, yes. Anyway, I think I want to close down now because I need some food and some coffee, and I need to paint, also film a little bit to my tutorial. So if you have any last questions, you can ask now and I will answer the best I can. Okay, I didn't know that. That's good. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And thanks for the super chat. Very nice of you. You don't have to do that every time, you know. And I'm still going to send you that palette, just as you know. I'm going to paint it also. So that's going to be a little bit special. Maybe I should frame it for you. So I should just send you one now. But I was wondering painting it. So, but I should do it soon. So. Okay. Okay, anyway, thank you, people. If you have any questions now, you have to put it in now and I will answer. If not, I'm just going to close down. You shouldn't say that in case I die. There was a friend of mine actually who made my first home PC, and I was going to paint a painting for him, and he could never decide for the job he did, and could never decide what he wanted. And at one point, I told him, you know, you should Rune. I say his name was Rune. You should decide what painting you want now, because in case I die, you will never get the painting. In case I die, and then he died of a heart attack, 41 years old. So sad, and I still owe him that painting. It kind of feels so weird. I was a very good friend also, so. That is why I'm trying to finish all my finished work now before I do my third operation on my hip, because just in case I should die on the operating table, at least I've given everybody the paintings they're waiting for. And it will also be more easy for my parents and daughter and stuff to fix all the things. But I'm not planning to die, so nah, you never know. You never know. Memento mori. That is, remember you are going to die, and also embrace your destiny. So, well, there is no such thing as destiny, I think, but amor fati. Anyway, so, okay, thank you, folks. Nice somebody popped in. Maybe it would be better if I planned these. Amazu. Where are you from? Yanov. Yanov. What is that? Yanov? Yanov. That sounds so familiar. Yanov. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks for watching and conversation. That is why it's nice to do this, because I can actually communicate. And as it grows, it will be even better as the live streams grows and people pop in more. We can have funny conversations about politics and anything actually, and painting, life and philosophy. And I just like to communicate with people. I love conversations, and I have an open mind. Okay. Pen man name. Okay. Lene. Okay. Thanks. And I see you around next time. And please, if you haven't done it, go to my YouTube and press likes and leave a little comment on my newest videos, because it's exhausting to get it into the algorithm these days. It's just nuts. Maybe I should take the camera and just go close first, as I usually do, so you can actually see it more close up. That is maybe interesting for people. Mustn't lose the camera now. And yeah, so here it is. So you can see how I build it. I like in thick colors, and here in the see the yellow just pops out. And it is strange with this light, and here I haven't done anything, just the first layers of paint. So yeah. Okie dokie dokie dokie. Okie dokie dokie. Yeah, okay. So with this, I wish you a very nice evening or night or whatever. So we're closing down. Stop.